Our contestants are ready. Sit back and prepare to be dazzled. Let's begin with the pop culture category. Our first contestant, entry number 101, is Brian Ballard as Leonardo. When not planning his next costume, Brian works at Bottleworks Hotel and IUPUI and actively volunteers with several charity organizations. Entry number 102 is Timothy Hale as Roronoa Zorro. He has been there since the beginning. He is the right hand. He became king of hell, for he will become the greatest swordsman, because that is what the pirate king needs, is his right hand. Entry number 103, Hungry Hungry Hobo. Introducing the Hungry Hungry Hobo of the Black Pants Legion Auxiliary, stomping on the stage in an urban mech R60L. This battle mech has been made functional once again with the highest quality duct tape and ablative cardboard plating that money could buy at Van Zant's Discount Scrapyard. Entry 104 is Ammon Law as Pyramid Head. This is his second costume and the first he's built from scratch. He has learned to build it from tutorials and friends with sewing experience. The costume has been made from EVA foam, pumice acrylic, canvas, and acrylic paints over a period of 3 months. All right, next we have entry number 105. Name is Reed Dees as the Ronin. Standing at the intersection of the dusty streets of the Sengoku period drama and clashing lightsabers on a distant world, the Ronin was crafted to return to the birthplace of Star Wars Origins, the Samurai Jedi film. The vision for this was for this costume to look like he walked right off a black and white movie. Everything was sewn, painted, dyed, or crafted in grayscale with no color except for one specific piece. Entry number 106, from Frog and Toad cosplay as Cloak and Dagger from Marvel Rivals. Both cosplays are more than 80% homemade and are from recycled materials, airbrushing, LEDs, 3D printing, and foam, totaling over 110 hours of work over 2 months. Entry number 107, Sho Evard. From the blood of old Valyria, fireborn and battle-forged, he rides not with mercy, but with the fury of the dragon Caraxus at his back. Prince of the city, welder of the Dark Sister. He is the storm beneath the dragon's wings, the rogue who bows to none, Daemon Targaryen. This cosplay took over 2,000 hours to bring to life, featuring extensive 3D modeling and printing using flexible rubber. The detailed paintwork mimics metallic armor and showcases numerous costume touches, including screen-accurate dragons, custom leatherwork, intricate sewing, and embroidery were also used to enhance and highlight many of the costume's finer details. Entry number 108, Robert Rogers as Kasserkin Volley Runner. The uniform is an upcycled BDU. This costume armor is constructed mainly of EVA, gun and pauldrons are 3D printed PVA, and the backpack is constructed of PVC. Entry 109, Andrew Martin as Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin.
Good afternoon, Gen Con. I am Oswald Cobblepot, or as you may know me, the Penguin.
Ooh.
And 1 vote for Cobblepot is 1 vote for bats off the street.
Next, we have entry number 110 from the pop culture cosplay of Moon Knight from the MCU. This version is Mr. Knight. Entry number 111, Garrett Brubaker as General Kenobi. Please direct your attention to the high ground as Garrett Brubaker is reporting for duty as General Kenobi, fighting for peace, justice, and security in the Republic. This is Garrett's first ever cosplay, and he no longer has a bad feeling about this. Entry number 112, Stuart Jameson as Eric Draven. Stuart is from the UK, and since 1994, he has dressed up as Eric Draven on several occasions. Finally, at the age of 45, he feels that this is his ultimate tribute to Brandon Lee. And that takes care of our pop culture entries. Now let's see who's here from the fantasy and history category. Entry number 201, Alicia Davis as Beryl. Beryl grew up on an estate in County Meath at the side of her father, an industrialist clockmaker and tinkerer. For the past 5 years, he has been working to incorporate steam into his machinery. Beryl has been on tour throughout the world, or the industrialized world, that is, after visiting Paris, Kyoto, London, Paris, Kansas, Paris again, and Chicago. She has ended up here in Indianapolis to join us for the 4 best days of gaming. Entry number 202 is Lemmy Sailor as Treebeard. Constructed from cardboard, spray foam, tape, and a fair bit of not being hasty, Lemmy wanted to capture the scale and natural wonder of Treebeard. The bark was coated in layers of paint and moss, while the head was 3D printed. Treebeard. Entry number 203, Carnahan from Leaf Acres Cosplay as Moraine Aes Sedai from the Wheel of Time series. This ensemble of Moraine of the Aes Sedai, the Blue Ajah, includes a hand-sewn bolero pieced together from an old sweatshirt using an altered pattern from Azariel Atelier and is embellished with 4 rows of trim, including leather, waxed cotton cord, sequins, and seed beads. This self-drafted jacket made from curtains includes pockets and hand-finished seams. Entry number 204 is Stephen Bendig as Mimic the Mimic Wizard. Mimics are the shape-changing ambush predators that haunt dungeons across the fantasy genre. On the world of Galarian, these monsters can be possessed by a singular desire, being human. But becoming human is hard, especially when you spent most of your life as a furniture. May isn't worried, though. A bedpost is pretty close to a bicep, chair parts make for a fine forearm, and a mirror and some nails are handy for a hand. Entry number 205 is Alex Dacio as Gandalf the Grey from Middle-earth. There he is, Gandalf. Entry number 206 is Aubrey Harvey as Crochet Siren. For this year's Gen Con, Aubrey has brought her love of crochet mixed with a little bit of fantasy to create this siren ensemble. The tale itself took over 17 hours to create and is made of more than 500,000 stitches. In addition to her own patterns, some of the accessories include patterns from Crafty Intentions and Bay Crochet. Aubrey would also like to thank Casseroles Crochet for the inspiration to create crochet costumes. Entry number 207 is Lucius and General Acacius.
Gladiator 2 is a hit, earning over $300 million worldwide. But then we saw the massive success of Moana 2 and Wicked, so after some rushed reshoots, Gladiator 2 is now a musical. I've never seen a place such as this. Well, of course you have. Because, my gladiators, there's no place like Rome. No place like Rome.
Entry number 208 is Samuel Van Houter as warrior cleric Lauren Dareth. He swore an oath to protect the tower and its secrets while secretly hunting the orc chieftain who murdered his father. Samuel made his cleric's warhammer from a cedar stump and a red oak limb that he foraged from a friend's yard. Entry number 209 is our Jennifer and Adam Cashler as Captain Calypso Ironclaw and Bartholomew Riptide. Both costumes were made by Jennifer and feature a variety of fabrication methods and materials such as fabric, leather, silicone, and urethane resin. Entry number 210 is Kaylee Getz as Crystal. Crystal is a character born from a collaborative story on a Minecraft server, a 600-year-old fire elf with a rich and storied past. Once a noble in waiting, she has weathered the chaos of war, survived countless relocations, and emerged wiser and more curious with each century. Entry number 211 is cosplayer Crickle as an original D&D character, Crick Elf. This is cosplayer Crickle, who is cosplaying her own original D&D character, a moral but deadly elven ranger from the small village of Elvalee, Crick Elf. Lumiere and her arrow were crafted using a 3D printer, then hand-finished and painted with a gold and green color shift paint for the bow with special attention to the battle damage detail on the arrow's head. Entry number 212 is Tom Murray as the Barbarian. Leaning into his natural characteristics and his deep interest in research in historic Vikings, he has gathered pieces of armor and applied modifications, improvements, and additional details of his own sweat and time, volunteering to lose 20 pounds of water weight per day wearing the thing. And now prepare for the assortment of hobbits, dwarves, and munchkins. Here come the child contestants. Entry 301 is Alex Lombardi as Magical Mirai 2023 Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku superfan Alex has dreamed of making this cosplay ever since seeing the concert on YouTube. Her outfit was constructed entirely from scratch, minus the boots. The belt and harness were custom order ribbon that she designed. Her megaphone is made from EVA foam and clay, while the clothes are made from stretchy material, pre-quilted fabric, and a thicker basic red material sewn with modified commercial patterns. Entry number 302 is Gambit. This mutant abandoned at birth, but quickly adopted by the nefarious Jean-Luc Lebeau after picking his pocket. Later meeting an amnesiac Storm and joining the X-Men, his power can kinetically charge playing cards or other cool stuff. Entry number 303 are Samantha, Lillian, Eleanor, and Lily as Genshin Impact. 4 characters from Genshin Impact: Tignari, Kinich, Artlecchio, and Diona. First-time cosplay, adding charms, scarves, and accessories for their favorite characters from their favorite video games, online playing co-op, and exploring together. The next category promises to be loaded with surprises. Get ready for the video game characters. Entry number 401 is Cody DeVore as Ezio Auditore. The robes of this cosplay are sewn of heavy duck cloth canvas with hand-painted detailing. All armor is hand-painted EVA foam, and the 3D printed hidden blades are fully functional. Resquiat in pace. Entry number 402 is Jacob Duty as Technoblade. The costume design took over a year. This is their first time cosplay, and Technoblade never dies. Entry number 403 is Kevin and Alexis Cashin as Nightingale Warriors. The Nightingale Warriors are part of the Thieves Guild in Skyrim, serving as the high-level agents of the goddess Nocturnal. The armor is EVA foam with sewn-in faux leather with molded accents. The weapons were 3D printed and painted. Entry number 404 is Lucy Motika as Mifa from The Legend of Zelda. The suits, gloves, and feet were sewn and shaded. The light-scale trident is a 3D print piece with a metal rod core and many decorative embellishments. The sash has been detailed with an image of her divine beast, and her jewelry was created with combinations of foam, clay, and thermoplastic. The fins were created using thin foam and wires. Entry number 405, Hollow Knights. First-time cosplay and costume design. The ideas for our costumes came from a video game. Entry 406 is Jessica Ween as Shadow Milk Cookie, featuring a 3D printed chest piece and staff and a hand-crocheted jester hat out of yarn and a machine-sewn cloak. This cosplay portrays the dark side of light, the shining blue of a yellow truth, spinning a tale of deception and lies. Entry number 407 is Clay Morgan Hurst. Attention, citizens of Super Earth, put your hands together for Chaos Reigns. Entry 408 is Phelan Fitzpatrick as Golden Freddy. From the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, Golden Freddy has found a way to escape, and he's hungry for revenge. Entry number 409 is Completionist Cosplay as Legends of Zelda Pura. Everything is handmade from scratch, including a mixture of thrift and purchased fabric. It uses foam, fabric, wood, 3D printing, and more. Entry number 410 are Christopher Garrick and Brooke Bird as Astrologian and Honeybee Lovely. Chris returns to Gen Con dressed as another version of his Final Fantasy XIV player character, this time as an Astrologian, a warrior of starlight. Honeybee Lovely is a fan-favorite boss character in Final Fantasy XIV. Brooke's cosplay has been an evolving work in process for almost a year now. It features a 10-foot halberd with an LED blade and electronic wings controlled by a remote hidden in the weapon. This is Brooke's first costume she sewed herself. Entry number 411 is a clicker zombie. Next up, from the critically acclaimed series, The Last of Us. He can't see you, but he's always listening. The clicker zombie. Okay, judges, pay special attention. This category will be tough. It's time for the professionals category. Entry number 501 is Jess Hart's cosplay, Vi from Arcane. Her cosplay includes a custom sewn studded jacket made entirely from thrifted fabrics and upcycled pieces, including the hand-painted Cerebus patch. The wig is also upcycled and custom sized and styled to match the signature animation style. Entry number 502 from Son of Fire cosplay as Hellbringer Unit Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. The costume is styled to reflect this with the use of extra flame protection near the head and a back-mounted fuel tank for the unit's iconic weapon of choice, the M7057 flamethrower. This costume was primarily 3D printed with some soft armor added in areas needing more movement. The soft armor is made from EVA foam or sewn with batting and canvas. The fuel tank doubles as a real backpack. Entry number 503 is Osric as the Knight. Osric's armor was crafted by Illusion Armoring, an armorsmith out of Arizona who has long ago retired. It is crafted after a 16th century English style, and Osric has worn it for combat in the SCA and other medieval martial arts. Entry number 504 is Syed Hussein Ather as Samus Aran. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to witness the arrival of a true gaming legend from the depths of the planet Zebus and the far reaches of space, entering the arena with unmatched power and precision. It's the fearless bounty hunter, the savior of the galaxy, the one and only Samus Aran. Entry number 505 is Zaddy Imagine as Squirrel Girl Nut Rocker. This cosplay was brought to life by the unstoppable Zaddy Imagine, who handcrafted every piece from scratch, blending classic comic references with punk fashion, layered textures, battle-worn detail, and rebellious flair. Now, let's take a look at our next category. We've already seen the video game characters. Now it's time to see the characters from the world of tabletop and role-playing games in the Games Galore category. Number 601 is Kathleen Davis as Snorlax. Snorlax, Snorlax, Snorlax. Snorlax was made with rattan rings, hung from a hiking backpack, and covered with fabric, quilts batting, and faux fur. The teeth, claws, and ears were 3D printed. Entry number 602 is Trinity Rabiano as Dark Magician Girl. She may not have a dual disc, but she did spend approximately 50 hours battling for the spellbinding look, which captures Dark Magician Girl's charm and magical flair. Notable features include the iconic pointed hat, shimmering resin-cast gemstones, and a meticulously handcrafted wand worthy of a spellcaster. Number 603 is Brownie Knight as Branto, the Canadian Magusa. Years later, Branto brought her sister back to the gaggle, and Perseus's head would keep her company. After all, peace was never an option. Brownie has endured 196 hours of the construction of this piece, including hand stitching, stamping, and the painting of leather. Branto, the Canadian Magusa. Entry number 604, Paris Pinheiro as Lucky the Elf. Lucky is a lucky girl ready for adventure, a merger of D&D and anime. She is an amalgamation of found outfit items and put towards an original cosplay. Are you guys ready to go? Because she is. Entry number 605 is Katie Brown as Avacyn. This cosplay combines a number of crafting techniques, many of which were learned along the way to completion. All the armor was made from EVA foam, patterned and crafted by Katie, while her wings and spear are the result of her husband's more hardware store construction style. The skirt was handmade, and both it and the wig were dyed to complete the look. Entry number 606 is Victoria West as Artillery Witch. Featuring a custom-designed and fabricated helmet, hand-sewn cloak, and steel armor plates, this witch serves the missiles in style, and every witch needs a good accessory. How about her massive handmade XPS foam bomb standing over 4 feet tall? Entry number 607 is Jessa Wood as Bloom Prima, the Melodious Choir from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Jessa drafted a dress pattern with petals made of crepe satin, taking around 100 hours to make. The lovely dual monster shows off her beautiful wire-strengthened fabric flowers that stem from the ball on her back. These flowers, each music note, and the thrifted flats are painted as close as possible to match the card and anime scenes. Bloom Prima. Entry number 608 is Lisa Wood as Queen Chessmon. After many battles, she evolved from a small pawn chessmon into a powerful queen chessmon. This is the first armor cosplay Lisa has crafted. Using card art and game models as a reference, the design was created by modifying armor and helm templates. Most of the costume is made from EVA foam and cardboard. The blades on the belt use wire to create a hinge effect, allowing them to swing. Details on the belt, chest plate, and shoes were hand-painted. The mallet staff was created with cardboard tubing as the base and covered with foam to keep it lightweight. Entry number 609 is Oakley Knapp as Rowan. This is my first ever cosplay and opened me up to many new experiences, such as working with foam and sewing a pair of pants. This costume was a joy to make, especially alongside my grandmother. We made each piece of the costume from basic materials except for the instruments and shoes, which were altered heavily. Now it's our time for our Anything Can Happen category, the Potluck category. Entry number 701 is Moth in the Studio as Iron Mouse, Birthday Idol version. This costume is the most ambitious work that Moth has ever done. With almost entirely hand-drafted patterns, hand beading, custom hand-embroidered appliques, and countless hours of hand sewing, she remade several pieces to get just the perfect look. The bodice uses corset making techniques, and a crinoline-esque method was used to create the floating puff sleeves. Entry number 702 is Sydney Critch as Snow Princess Miku. Every part of this dress was made by Sydney and her grandma over the course of several weeks, and this is the first costume that either of them have ever done themselves. Interestingly enough, no part of this costume was created using a pattern. The whole thing is held together by guesswork, lots of layers, plus hopes and dreams. Entry number 703 is Marie as Frozen Storm. This is Marie's first time as Gen Con and her first cosplay event. She is portraying Frozen Storm, a mashup cosplay of Storm from the X-Men and Elsa from Frozen. Entry number 704 is Molly Scheib. This attire design, from the more ratty elements to the tie, even the choice to wear one of my dad's old suit jackets loaded up with just about 200 orange metal stars, was taken not just from the album art of Will Wood's In Case I Make It, but from the contents of the songs and the repeated themes that the album relies on, which admittedly is mostly rats. Next, number 705 is Frank Dank as Master Jedi Gar Devar. First time cosplay and costume design, the ideas for the costume came from favorite movies and games. His friend's mother taught him how to sew and make the costume. Belt, boots, lightsaber are the only non-costume items, and robes were made of synthetic satin. Number 706 is DJ Jones as Toji. Toji is a former member of the Zenin clan, known as a sorcerer killer capable of taking out the most powerful sorcerers of Jujutsu Kaisen. Entry number 707 is Zoe Francis as Ronnie the Witch from Elden Ring. Zoe worked with her mother to design, stitch, and assemble her costume over many close sessions. Ronnie the Witch. And now for our final category of the day. To make the judging as fair as possible, we put all the groups into their own category. Let's see what these creative minds have cooked up together. Entry number 801 is the Levine family, Scott, Tina, Jack, Evelyn, and Gilad, as Days of Futurama Past. The Levine family is returning to Gen Con for a third consecutive year after first place wins in the children's and group categories. As always, Tina Levine resumes her role as lead costume designer. Scott, Gillard, Jack, and Evelyn are featured as onstage talent. Entry number 802, we have Charlie Corrigan, Faye Ferguson, and Jacob Irby as mech warriors. Returning for their second year of cosplay, this team shifts to do something truly close to the reactor cores, battle tech. Faye wears a pilot's coolant suit and armor. Charlie wears a casual uniform of off-duty pilots. Their detailed costumes are a blend of handcrafted armor, custom fabricated soft goods, and 3D printed components. His beautiful robes include 213 individual embroideries. Entry number 803 is Fallen, EMP Frosty, Negative Cacti, Rain Shadow as Mark 7 Spartans. These Spartan 4s are wearing Halo Infinite Mark 7 armors and are escorting a Halo 3 Marine VIP. They're out hunting reported banished in the area and want to flush them out. The armors are a mix of EVA foam, Pepakura papercraft, and 3D printed armor being crafted over the last few years. Number 804 is Carrie Williams and Alex McElwain as An Unexpected Encounter, Iono meets Cynthia. Along with a few friends, they put their collective talents for sewing, styling, and storytelling together over several months, resulting in this stellar collaboration. Now, let's let them take over.
I'm looking for some famous gym trainers, but where could they possibly be? Oh my God, it's Cynthia! Surprise collab activated. So, Cynthia, what have you been up to at Gen Con, and who's this friendo?
This is Gibble. Say hi, buddy. We've just been taking in all the sights around the convention. It's amazing how much is here and how many wonderful creative people there are.
Entry number 805 is Ambrose Jukas, Gogo Bacala, and Lauren Graziano as Queen Renala, Goddess Marika, and Veri of the Mogwin dynasty. This group represents a few characters from Elden Ring. Veri is portrayed by Ambrose Jukas, English gentleman, artist, and clothing designer from Malaga, Spain. They needed someone to play the brazen strumpet Marika the Eternal. So here's Gogo Bacala, cosplayer, burlesque dancer, and game mistress. Her wigs and self-tailored costumes have won multiple awards. The centerpiece of their efforts are Renala of the Full Moon, a multi-year labor of love by Lauren Graziano. This is the end product of hundreds of hours of hand sewing and embroidering. The Rune of the Unborn is played by Eggy the Egg. Entry number 806, from a galaxy some distance away, I give you Spaceballs, the cosplay.
No. Please. No, not that.
Yes, that.
Number 807 is Kylie and Ashton Scruggs as Mao Mao and Jinshi. This marks their very first cosplay together, showcasing a blend of machine stitching and intricate hand-sewn details. From Mao Mao's all-satin design to Jinshi's elegant robes, every element was thoughtfully crafted to capture the spirit of these beloved characters. Last but not least, we have entry number 808, Jillian, Emerson, Ellie, Mia, and Caroline as Fireballs. We are a D&D party full of elves with different classes from all over. We are full of chaos, laughter, and cowardice. Our D&D party's adventures and our characters inspired us to bring them to life. We had a little bit of costume experience, then we learned through tutorials, trials, and error. Our costumes are made from a combination of repurposed thrift items, hand-sewn materials, and some off-the-shelf materials. After approximately 2 weeks of labor, the odd broken staff, singing and dancing to Fireball, our vision came to life. Thanks to our group entries, we will soon be ready to announce our winners. First, we'd like to present a special prize by Marvel Entertainment, we've selected the best costume based on the Marvel Universe. Contestant number 110, Jason Pabon as Moon Knight.
Here we go.
All right. Costume contest winners, we're going to start with the pop culture category. First one. Third place goes to Reed Dees as the Ronin. Second place goes to Stuart Jameson as Eric Draven. There we go. And first place goes to Joe Evard as Daemon Targaryen. This is for the fantasy historical category. Third place is contestant number 201, Alicia Davis as Beryl Eleanor. Second place goes to contestant 208, Samuel Van Houten as warrior cleric Lorien Death. And first place, Lemmy Sailor as Treebeard. There we go. Treebeard. Child category 300. In this we have third place goes to Aurora Corrigan as Gambit. Second place goes to Smiler, and I can't read Smiler, as Genshin Impact. And first place goes to contestant 301, Alex Lombardi as the Magical Mirai. Next we have the video game category. Third place goes to number 404, Lucy Matya, The Legend of Zelda. Second place goes to 409, Ashton Mark as Legend of Zelda. And first place goes to Kristen Brooke as Astrologian and Honeybee Lovely. Next, there we go. Next, we have the professional category. Third place goes to number 505, Squirrel Girl. Second place goes to number 501, Jessica Henson as Vi from Arcane. First place for the professionals category goes to Keegan Crafton for Hellbringer. Games category 600 is third place goes to Kathleen Brown as Avacyn the Puppeteer. Second place goes to 606 Victoria West as the Artillery Witch. And first place goes to 603 Brownie Knight Branto Canadian Magusa. Potluck category 705. Third place goes to 705 Frank Dank as the Star Wars Pokemon mashup. Second place goes to 703 Marie Brick as the Frozen Storm mashup. And first place goes to 701 Molly Hodge as Iron Mouse. Then we have the group category. Third place goes to the Levines as Futurama from Days Past. Second place goes to contestants 802 Charlie, Faye, and Jacob as the Mech Warriors. And first place goes to 803 Tyler Post and crew as the Halo Spartan Fours. The staff favorite award was actually a tie and goes to 207, which is Steve Klett and Mike DeLuna as Lucius and General Acacius, and 601 Kathleen Davis as Snorlax. And the last award that we have is the Golden Needle for extraordinary workmanship goes to contestant 206 Aubrey Harvey Chartman as the Crochet Siren. Treebeard. Thank you, judges. Thank you, contestants. Thank you, audience, for attending the Gen Con Costume Contest.